I really like this. This is something I want to do more often. Alright, so today I'm going to bring you a video from the office, and that's because I have an overhead rig so you can see what I'm doing. And the other reason being is because what I have requires me to be at the office kind of as a predicate to being able to use it. What I have today is the Nike engineered ultralight large backpack. If you look on the back, it's called the Course, I think it's what it's called. But what it is it is a 15-liter run commuting backpack. And now that it's starting to get a little bit cooler in the year, I'm starting to look forward to being able to run with a little bit more gear, to carry a little bit more things, which means hopefully the drone and some more cameras. But also with the colder weather temperatures coming, that means we're also going to have a lot less light. And so a lot of my runs that are in the morning, I'm already getting back home before the sun really rises. And so that's going to make it really hard for me to get run footage for any running vlogs. And so some days I think I'm going to be running home from work in order to take advantage of both warmer temperatures and better daylight. So taking a quick look around the backpack. On the sides, they do have some nice compression straps here so you can cinch all of your stuff down, which is going to be important when you're running because otherwise things will be jostling around and bouncing around back and forth. And there also are two really large kind of flexible pockets. Right now I've got earbuds in one side and I've been keeping my GoPro in the other while I commute. Flipping it back around, we have some very nice and thin mesh straps, which I think are going to be really nice in terms of heat and sweat. And then you've got some crossbody chest straps, and then that leads to another cinching mechanism here, which is nice. They've got a nice little loop here for kind of cord management, so that way when you do have to tighten it down, this string isn't flopping around, too bad. So that's really nice. The other thing that I like about this pack is it's got this little thing right here, and what that is this slides in right here, and it kind of is just a holder, and what that holds is the waist straps. So these straps will go around your waist while you're running, but when you're not running, so that too many things aren't flopping around, these kind of just go in underneath that little part right there, and it stays neatly tucked away. So when I'm commuting and not running, I can have just like a regular-ish looking backpack, but when I'm actually running, I have both a chest and a waist strap. So that's really nice. Going back to the back side, it looks like a kind of like a fish shape here. There's a little bit of cardboard in here and some mesh. So hopefully that will help with keeping things both dry and prevent things from getting too hot. I am a little bit concerned about the cardboard in here because I usually run, when I do run with a running pack, so far I've been running with the Vapor Crar, the 4-liter, and that's just fabric only. And so like every other run that I take it on, I'll just throw that in the washing machine and then let it kind of air dry. This, I'm a little concerned that this material might get a little bit degraded if it keeps getting wet regularly. But then again, I have Nike running hats and they have like a cardboard or something in the visor. I wash those regularly and then just let them air dry as well, and those seem to be holding up just fine. So going into the pack, there's just one big main compartment. You open it up, there's a little bit of a little mesh pocket up top so you can keep keys, and my contact lens case in here, and you can put anything that you want to keep up and elevated, a little bit easier to reach. Nice big compartment here. I've got an extra little kind of stowaway bag. In Chicago, we have a plastic bag tax. So if you go to like the grocery store, there's a 7-cent tax for every plastic bag that you use. And that's one, to generate revenue, but also to help keep plastic bags, you know, out of the landfill. So I always keep one of these around. I've got socks, my running hat for later, shoes, shirt and shorts. I'm wearing my running shoes that I'm gonna be running in later. I'm running in the Zoom Pegasus 33 all black today. Also in the bag, I have my glasses case. Once I take these glasses off and put my contacts in, those will go in here. Then this is a little, move some of this stuff out of the way. This is just a little kind of quick bag that I carry around with me. It's got hand wipes, an extra diaper in case we're out and my daughter has needs a change, and then, you know, butt wipes. So that all kind of just goes in there. Rather than carrying like a huge diaper bag around with me all the time, I just carry around like the absolute bare necessities. If I need something more intense than what can fit in this bag, I probably need to go home anyway. Or I've planned for a longer day out. So that's kind of like just the bare necessities. This is a little bit of a packing cube that I have in it. It's like my collared shirt, my undershirt, necktie, and socks. I usually keep a suit and shoes at the office. I've been doing that for a long time anyway, because I used to bike home quite a bit, and so I would take the normal train or bus to work, and then work schedule and life schedule permitting, I would take a divvy bike or a bike share home. Now I'm just gonna switch that up and run home. The other thing is, in Chicago, the weather is just pretty miserable in the winter, and so I try not to commute in my like suit if I can help it at all. In the winter, sometimes you can't help it, but if I can, it really helps the longevity of both your clothes and your shoes. And then the last thing I have in here is epinephrine. My daughter has a severe peanut allergy, so she's too young to carry her own auto injectors, so we always carry them around for her. And that's it, that's the bag. It's got a big pocket in here you could probably use to sequester if you've got like wet clothes or whatever if you're running in the morning. But also it looks like you could put in a water bladder in here, and a fairly large one at that. We've got a little bit of a loop here, and then a hole for your water bladder tube, and then a little bit of a clip here too to keep that hose out of the way. So that's what I've got in my running commute bag. I'm gonna load all this back up, get it back in here. Now I've got a couple more hours of work I gotta get through today, but then I will meet up with you later once I have changed into my running clothes and I've hit the road and I'm gonna commute home. Just gonna run up LaSalle today and cut through the park probably. I left a little bit later than I was planning on running today. I may or may not have time to go home and shower up before I have to go pick up the kids, but we'll see where we're at. I'm thinking the whole point of this is just to be able to get some extra running in, or get some running in when I might not otherwise be able to get running in. So anytime I'm commuting, I think I'm just gonna make sure I'm taking it really nice and easy. So far, this pack feels really snug and stable on here. Not too much movement back and forth, up and down. It just feels like it's attached to my body. The only thing that I'm noticing though is the way that this thing sits, it's causing like the bottom of my t-shirt and the back to rub up. And so like the bottom of the backpack is like chafing against my bare back. And so that's a little bit uncomfortable. I might have to stop and tuck my shirt in. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. about 2 miles into my run. Strava thinks I'm only about 1.5 miles in, so it's shorting me about half a mile. That's okay. I'm trying really hard not to worry about pace or speed for any of these runs. It's about just getting some easy miles in and enjoying the run. All right, Strava has me in at 3.4 miles at 31 minutes and a half about moving time. That was a little bit goofy because I know the run's got to be closer to 4, if not more than 4. And the first mile, when I was downtown and all the skyscrapers, everything, I was like at 11:45 minute pace per mile. So that's probably where we lost some time and some distance. Not that any of that pace matters, but overall, I'm a little bit warm. My back is definitely feeling a little bit sweaty. The pack felt great. Everything feels really good in there. Yeah, I think I really like this. This is something I want to do more often. As the weather cools off even further, you know, it'll be a little bit more comfortable to run, kind of just at a leisurely pace with, you know, like a backpack on. I won't be sweaty. It'll just actually help me stay warm. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully my work schedule will actually permit me to do some run commuting, because I think I'm gonna like it.
Oh, what's going on?